Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Hello, Miami Dolphin fans. Our Miami Dolphins are 9-3, sitting alone on top of the AFC East. So right now we are the beast of the East, and I can't believe it. It's been way too long since we've waited for this. Beautiful 3 full games up on our big rivals, the Buffalo Bills, as we sit here on December 4th. And what more can we say? Big victory for our Dolphins yesterday. The naysayers would just say it's against a bad football team, but what we see is a special team brewing here in South Florida as we sit at 9-3, put up another 45 points in a game yesterday. Who can complain? The numbers are outstanding. The stats are fun, but all that really matters are those W's, and we have 9 of them. We are 1 win away from a double-digit win season, guys, and we're in our grasp. A week from tonight, we will be playing a football game again, and we will have a chance to get that 10th victory in our grasp, and I love it, man. It is so awesome. Moya, as always, big thumbs up, but better yet, fins up to you for joining the show today. We will get into some of the numbers, our MVPs, but right now, this is time to gloat a little bit about our winning football team. I love it. I know you guys love it.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say
Island where I
Miami,
live
you're
on.
talking Super
Family,
Bowl, 'cause
friends,
we're
and everything.
the
I'm living on Southland Island.
Miami Dolphins.
Had to play a little bit of that song this morning. Hey, I'm sure Michael K may pay a visit. We will see, but yeah, I don't know. We will see if he comes and pays a visit. He's always welcome. We'll see. He would just probably say it was against a bad team, Moya. But you know how that goes. It's all good in the hood. Yes, it was, Scotty. Awesome is a good word to use. It was a fun game to watch. Our guys basically had that game. Once that Tyreek Hill first drive that we got them out, we got the ball. Tyreek Hill, almost game over, but we know we added a couple. Almost definitely over Van Ginkle, pick 6. But we kept on going at it. Rested starters in this. We didn't even need, Tua basically sat out the whole fourth quarter-ish, Tyreek Hill basically sat out the second half. We still put up amazing numbers, and it just shows. So everyone that says, "Oh, they're only stat padding," no. If we were stat padding, we would have kept on throwing Tyreek out there, throwing bombs to him, because yesterday was the day he could have really racked up the numbers if we were only worrying about stats. So get out of here, you naysayers that they're saying that the Dolphins are only doing this to get Tyreek Hill stats. They could have easily padded his stats another 100 yards probably yesterday if they really wanted to. Let's be honest. So get out of there with that narrative that we're just there worrying about stats. We are not. We're worrying about winning the AFC East. And pending tonight's Jacksonville game, but right now we sit atop the seedings. But if Jacksonville wins tonight, in all fairness, they will be ahead of us because of the strength of victory and all that. But stuff will work out. If we keep on winning, stuff's going to work out, because the Jaguars still has to play some tough games. They got to play the Ravens and whatever. Maybe even Cincinnati. If Cincinnati had Joe Burrow, I'd be almost very confident that Cincinnati could beat Jacksonville. But I'm not worried about that as a Dolphin fan, because I just like seeing our team win, and that's what our team's doing. It is. Hey, yeah, Dad Dean, long time no see. And of course, I'm kidding, because I joined Miss Finn's show for a little bit, and he was in there chatting this morning. It was a lot of fun. And if you guys do not know Miss Finn's by now, and I know all you in here do, make sure you go check her great content out always a fun listen, and I enjoyed being on her show today. So my MVPs are the obvious one. I have one on offense, and I'm leaned. It could have been easily Tua, but I leaned Tyreek Hill just because of that dynamic. And on defense, I went, you guys can all guess it. It's going to be Van Dinkle because that pick six basically put the game away. Got to 17-0, which was kind of neat. We were 17-0 in Washington, which is a team that we capped off the undefeated season to get to 17-0. We beat the Washington then Redskins to get 17 to to run our record to 17-0. So that was kind of a cool moment in Dolphins reflection history right there. But that game was basically over at that point. Yes, they went on the next drive and they got their touchdown where they methodically went down the field and got a touchdown. Then we're like, well, how about a little back? Let's just throw a little more Tyreek at them to make sure they know that they're not going to be in this game. It's like boom, bam, and there goes Tyreek Hill with another. That was like a 60-yarder. So that was fun. Yes, Tua and Hill are so in sync. That long TD was an option route they saw and changed that in the O-line. Yeah, it's both of them on it. But the first touchdown, it's so funny. Because if you look at that, Achane on the other side of the field is just as wide open. He had his pick to go to Hill or Achane. It's TD, long TD, either side of the field he went to. Of course, he's going to lean a little bit Tyreek. He knows that's probably going to be his first look because he's the most likely to get open. But if for whatever reason, if Hill hadn't got open and he had the time to look over at Achane was streaking down the sideline almost uncovered on that play as well. So this team is just operating. Having Achane back is great for the game plan. Achane is great for the game plan is how I like to word it because he just adds a whole other dynamic. He's a little guy, but you cannot just arm tackle that man. He will run through you. Even on that one pass he caught, the guy was going to try to hit him hard. Achane just kept his balance and went for more yards after the catch. He is just so much fun. He's a whole other dynamic. Keeping this man healthy is imperative to the Dolphins moving forward. He is just a star out there. He's just a star in the making. Heck, he's already a star. The man has 9 overall touchdowns on the season, and he hasn't, he sat on the ends of reserve. 9 touchdowns overall, 7 rushing, 2 receiving. It's crazy. He's a rookie. You know how many veterans would want to play a full season and just dream of getting 9 touchdowns at some point in their career in a season? This rookie, having missed all those games, has 9 touchdowns. I mean, it's unheard of. It's just crazy, man. It's fun, too. It's just super. I mean, it's just, I can't put words to it. It's just amazing what he's doing out there. Yes, guys, Eric snuck in there. Good morning, Eric. A big fins up to you. And yes, guys, nail those thumbs up. But as we know in Dolphin land, it's really a fins up when you guys hit those. And if you haven't done so already, join the team. And by join the team, I mean tackle that subscribe button like a Zach Thomas tackle and nail that for me, guys. I'm so close to the 500 mark. It'd be super duper to get to the 500 mark before we get to the next Monday night football game. Would have been a lot more fun if Ryan Tannehill was a starter, having Ryan Tannehill return in the revenge game, all the media that would have been covered talking about that aspect. But it's okay. We got more important things worrying about that. We're not in the lone Monday night game next year. Who cares? I don't care about that. We just got to get that victory, get to the double-digit Tyreek Hill number victories for the season. We will be at 10 victories and right there in the middle of December by now. It'll still be early December by then. I was going to get a little carried away saying early December. This is early. By then, you'll be getting a little more than by next week. But still, get that 10th victory. Then the magic number keeps on getting lower and lower for the AFC East title. Buffalo may lose to Kansas City next week. We may win, and that magic number is going to be we could actually beat the Jets. And, we could be the AFC East champs as soon as that weekend. Who would have thought that? Things have to go certain ways, but we could get there. That's what I want. That's the first goal for the team. Mike McDaniel has said it numerous times. And guys, by the way, if you love listening to Mike McDaniel, he will not be on this morning because they're pushing the schedule back to his normal Monday since they're playing next Monday, from what I'm hearing from Omar Kelly and all these guys that Joe Shad actually said it. Tomorrow would be the Mike McDaniel press conference. I guess he's not doing his normal day after press conference today, unless they misled me. So we will see on that front. Yes, 10-3 does sound perfect, man. It does. And you can see the Chiefs, we lost that game all fair and square. That was a game we could have had and we really be in control, but that's done. Can't go back in a DeLorean and change the result, unfortunately. But Kansas City looks like they're good. They're solid. They're not an easy out by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not way up here like they have been the past couple years in the AFC East, and everyone else is kind of down here. Where, it's a lot closer than it's been in the past. So we can get that, and we're actually ahead of them now. Of course, we can't finish tie with them because they have that head-to-head against us. So we can't have that on us. We can't do that. So next week, I would be interested to see, are you guys rooting for Bills or Chiefs next week? Be interesting to see. I'm with Dad Dean. Kind of either way, we win. If Buffalo wins, it helps us in the seeding. If Kansas City wins, this gets us that one game closer to being the AFC East division winners. So either way, you're going to come out on top. I'm just wondering which way all you guys would be interesting in. Hey, Kevin. Great name, by the way. I have a son named Kevin, so kudos to you. Let's see. There's been so much talk about Dolphins coach under McDaniel and deserving his soul, but how about our defense? Yes, well said. These life have been balling out with both coming together. We are becoming very scary if an opponent of ours is great. Yes, it is. Another team that's coming together is the San Francisco 49ers. Maybe we will have that rematch where Joe Montana and Dan Marino, for you guys that are old enough to remember that Super Bowl back in the day. Maybe it'd be another Dolphins and 49ers Super Bowl because the 49ers, they went and put a whooping on the Eagles. I mean, it wasn't even close. It looked like they were playing a bad team. They just beat Philadelphia in all aspects of the game yesterday, where they didn't even look like they deserved to be on the same field beat down. Like we did to the Commanders, they did to the freaking Eagles on that was an amazing game by them. They're scary to me right now. They're probably to me, I know throwing my Dolphins because I'm always going to say Dolphins. But outside, so I would say there's no Dolphins in the world. The 49ers are probably playing the best football right now. They are really good. So that's the NFC. We don't have to, if we have to worry about who we're playing in the Super Bowl, things went well. So I would love that. Right now, I'm just worried about the AFC. And in the AFC, really, who's playing better than the Dolphins right now? The Ravens are solid. I'm not knocking them. We're going to have to prove it by going up there soon. But are they really playing at a higher level than us right now? I say not. Are the Chiefs playing at a higher level? And yes, again, I do notice they beat us fair and square over in Germany. We beat ourselves, but they won in the W column. But are they really playing much better than we are at this point? No, they are not. So I just have a feeling the Jaguars, are they head and shoulders above us? No, they are not. They may be the number one seed after tonight, but I still don't feel like they're all so much ahead of us. We are a complimentary football team right now, and I love it. Yeah, I know. In the first part, Ender snuck in there. Big fins up to my Ender, one of the very first subscribers, teammates to the channel. Always great to see him come into the room. So let's see. So more stats that are fun to talk about. Yesterday, the Dolphins had 3 sacks. Ogball had 1. Sealer had 1.5, and Chubb had 0.5. Ginkgo missed the 1. I don't even know which guy cleaned up his. I don't know who cleaned up because I know Ben Ginkgo had Howe, but then somehow he just kind of broke off him. But then someone else wrapped him up. So one of those sacks came on that play. You guys know which one I'm talking about. but those are the guys that had the sacks. And Jason Sanders, he's got a lot of grief earlier in the season, but he is starting to kick very well. Once again, on the road yesterday, put in a 49-yard field goal. He's starting to do it, and it was right there. He's starting to come into his own. Happy to see it. If he gets in the groove and he keeps kicking like he's kicking, the confidence is going to start building. And I still put a lot of that on McDaniel because back in that Raiders game, he missed one. He went right back to Sanders. He made it, and he hasn't missed since. So some of it's coaching, guys. We got guys that start building confidence. This team has so much chemistry. They all seem to like each other. I know we can only see what we see on TV. We don't see them every single day behind closed doors. But just the way they just interact with each other, that's not fake. Because they would just be like, okay, yeah, here, give me a high five. But just the way they act, coordinate their little roller coaster stuff. It's just a lot of fun. And I'm loving every play, snap by snap, especially on games like yesterday where there's no worrying. Like against the Raiders, I was at that game, of course, at Hard Rock Stadium. I'm like down to the last minute, hoping that, someone would step up, and Ramsey stepped up and got the interception. So that was awesome. What else yesterday? I already mentioned Achane, of course. And Van Ginkel, Sanders. What else? Oh, yes, the touchdowns records. Mr. Mozart is so close to the overall touchdown record. At this point in the season, 18 touchdowns is the best. Rushing, he's right there too. I will get to that in 1 minute. This is all over touchdowns. And Mark Clayton is the leader of 18. They happen to be all receptions. So that's the Dolphins reception touchdown record and overall touchdown record. Mark Clayton in 1984. Right now, Raheem I wish he was also in the offense in his prime. But Raheem Mozart has 16 touchdowns, 2 away from tying the overall touchdown record. Rushing touchdown record is 16. Mozart's at 14 rushing touchdowns. So he's also 2 away from tying the all-time Miami Dolphins single season. Let me make sure you guys not NFL record, Miami Dolphin single season record. So we got some historic numbers up there going. A lot of fun. Stats don't mean anything unless you win, of course, but touchdowns help you get to that W. And it's a beautiful thing seeing what Mozart's doing at the rate he's scoring touchdowns yesterday. Oh, no, that TD celebration was great. Oh, G-Man, big fins up to G-Man in the house. Loving to see him in here. How about yes, I loved it. At first, I didn't even really get it because I missed the going down. I only saw them doing this. I'm like, what's this? Because I was so busy celebrating the touchdown. And then by the time I looked back at their celebration, I was like, what? I just saw them doing this. So it's funny. Then I saw people posting it later. I said, oh, that is the classic touchdown. I was doing my own celebration saying, yes, because I just know at the pace that our Tyreek Hill's playing. It was so exciting to see him get a long one to start. I almost missed it. The second one he got was just he ran back and talked to Tua and all that. So, it wasn't as fancy of a celebration, but that one was classic. Yes, that better be the celly. You know how every week they say, oh, who has the best celebration of the week? If that one doesn't win, there's a bias out there because I have a difficult time thinking that someone had a better celebration than that. You'll probably see other teams copy it in the future just because it was so good. You'll see some version of it later. And it's fun. When you're talking about that. Yes, G-Man, I am talking about G-Man. He's a diehard Dolphin fan, but I know he's worried about us just beating bad teams and not the good teams. But G-Man, you can see this team is starting to come better. The defense is starting to play better. The offense is getting back in gear. Yes, the Commanders aren't going to be put in the in the Hall of Fame season that the Commander. They're not a great football team. I'll be the first to acknowledge that. But they've played some decent teams competitively. They are starting to fall off the past few weeks. I understand that. They fired their defensive coordinator. They got beat down by the Cowboys. They got beat down by us. I understand they're not a very good football team, but they were on the schedule. We won, and we're starting to come together. So, yes, I'm celebrating a little bit, G-Man. Here are the Dolphins' wins this season. Yes. I know, G-Man, but we did beat them. I know. I don't. I'm with you, Scotty. Come on, Gina, just cheer. Because I know you're happy with the victories, but I know you're skeptical. But why bother being skeptical? Just enjoy it. Then, if it comes to be that we are done in the playoffs after one game, then you can come say the told you so. But why not just enjoy it as week by week? Because this is why we watch the games, just to enjoy it. I'm enjoying it, G-Man. I know, like you, I can see the skeptical part, but why not just enjoy it? It's fun. Let's just keep doing what we have to do. So close to winning the AFC East, and I love every second of it. Let's see. And yes, that's why I'm saying just enjoy the ride. All right, G-Man. Like I said, I can't talk you into it. That's fine. What can I say? But I always appreciate you being here, G-Man. You are entitled to your view, and I don't know. But yes, Scotty, I'm with you, Scotty. I am just excited. I like Dolphin fans being happy. It's really fun. I mean, we're a 9-win team. We're about to be a 10-win team and then probably an 11-win team. Then we will get into the meteor part of our schedule when we have to face Dallas. We have to face Baltimore on the road and then close it out with Buffalo at home. But I'm looking forward to it. 3 games in a row at home. It's time to put the clamp on the AFC East title and just win those 3 home games. And that includes beating the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve at Hard Rock Stadium. And then we will get the narrative that we can't beat a good team. That will be off. Close out that 3-game. That's it. Don't lose a game at home this year, and we're in total control. And I love it, man. If you can go up to Baltimore and win, that'd be a beautiful thing too. And there's no reason. I mean, do I think who knows if we're going to win? It's tough winning the NFL. If you think you're going to go all the way 14-3, that's a big ask. But with how we're playing right now, it's not out of the realm of possibility. We are really hitting our stride, and I love to see it. Let's see. You're going 4 or I know that's what I was saying. Hey, and welcome, Jay. It's a good day to have Jay in the room. Thank you so much. That's what I was asking earlier in the show. I'm wondering where most Dolphin fans stand on that. Do they just want the total demise of the Bills to make sure the Wicked Witch is actually done for this, or do we say give them a little breathing and knock off Kansas City so we definitely don't maybe have to go into Kansas City in the playoffs, because then we'd be 2 games up on them, assuming that we win, of course. Assuming that we win next week. So that will be interesting to see on that front what Dolphin fans are just. I don't mind either way. I actually feel like either way, we can look at it as one of that team won, or that really helps us. No matter what, if Kansas City win, it helps us really put the clamps on the AFC East. And if Buffalo wins and we keep on winning, it helps us in the seeding. So either way, it's a good thing to have. It's interesting. Yes, I agree. The Bills do represent a threat in the playoffs, because I admit the Bills match up well against us for whatever reason. And they do match up well because they got that physical play up front. But the team that they faced back when we faced them, because everyone wants to say, oh, the Broncos weren't the Broncos. I mean, though the Broncos did lose yesterday, so people are going to say, oh, once again, the Dolphins haven't beat a winning team. But the Broncos, people always say, oh, but the Broncos weren't the Broncos when you guys beat them. They weren't this hot team. But yet then when we say, well, you didn't face the Dolphins that you're facing now, people, oh, no, get out of here with that story. When you say, well, you beat the Dolphins that aren't the Dolphins right now. I mean, this because our defense was not good when Buffalo played us. Let's face it, they were having concerns. The defense is a lot, 10 times better than what our defense was when we went up to Orchard Park earlier in the season. Let's be fair. It's not, if they're going to say, oh, when you beat these teams, they weren't very good. But then when they beat us, we can't use, well, that wasn't our best team that day. We didn't really have, no, you can't say that. It happens on the field all of a sudden. And then what happens on the field matters. So that's why this scheduling thing is funny to me. It's this, I love how people's logic worked out. I don't care about Bills, but I want to win the Super Bowl. Raphael Courtright, you are right, Mr. Courtright. I agree. That's all that matters, right? Winning the Super Bowl. That's all we all want. That's all why we are fans. That's what we want as fans. We root for them in the 1-15 seasons. We root for them in the tank seasons. We root for them after the tank seasons. Root for them if whoever the head coach is, whoever the quarterback coach is. But at the end of the day, we want them to win because that's what we really want to see. Who watches a team to want them to lose? Unless you're tanking for the first round pick. But even then, I can't find myself wanting the Aquan Orange to come out on the short end of the stick during a game. So I always want my team to win. So it's so nice just to be in control of our own destiny. That's why I just love, and maybe not in control of our own destiny as far as number one seeding, but we're in control of the destiny of the AFC East. December 4th, guys, we're in control. 3 games up on our bitter rivals, the Buffalo Bills. I think all of us would have taken that and ran to the bank if they would have came to Scotty in the beginning of the season. Hey, Scotty, the Dolphins on December 4th would be 3 games ahead of the Buffalo Bills and ahead of everyone in the AFC East. Would you take that? He's going to take that every single day and run with it. I sure as heck would. I mean, I would have said 3 games ahead of the AFC East. By then, of course, I would run. I mean, that's crazy. Hey, Chef Jew, big, awesome to have you here. He's a big fan of Miss Finn's. So him coming into my room is an honor. Thank you to you, sir. I appreciate having you here today. And great time to remind you guys to hit those big old thumbs up, fins up for me. Careful what you wish for, Scotty. What did Scotty wish for? We were still installing our defense when we played the Bills. I can't wait to play them now. Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying, Scotty. But people want to dismiss that. They're easy to say. Well, now I know the Broncos lost yesterday. But when I know I was pointing out, hey, the Broncos have a winning record, and we put up, but they weren't the Broncos when you played them. But then when you say to them, well, when the Bills beat us down in Buffalo, it wasn't, no. It's all of a sudden that logic goes out the window. So it's funny how people want to just paint different narratives. But we were not that team that day. We have improved since then. So I want to see how it goes. Do I think Buffalo matches up sometimes well against us? Yes. But we had closed the gap last year. This year, for whatever reason, we went up there and they spanked us. We were drinking our own Kool-Aid maybe a little too much. Who knows? But we got hammered up there. Buffalo beat us down. What can I say? But do I think that same Dolphin team is a Dolphin team that you're seeing here on December 4th with Ramsey back, with all these guys playing together, cohesive football, really understanding Fangio's defense at this point, gelling? We were not that team right now. Am I saying we're going to do to Buffalo what we just did to the Commanders yesterday? No, we're not going to do that. But we're going to be a lot more competitive and we're going to play a lot better. It may be to the point, though, Buffalo has nothing to play for other than beating us at that last game of the season. Who knows by that point? We could have going into there, our seeding might not be able to change them, but we don't even know by the end of that season if that game is going to matter to either team. Buffalo could be totally out, and they could say, well, Miami wins. They got the same seeding as whether they win or lose. So we don't even know how it's going to play out that last game of this season. So that's where we see. Pretty sure he's Michael K's burner account. D-man down. Oh, what? Hey, Justin Big Fins up. Like I say, guys, I like myself some G-man. I understand him, but I don't know why he's not happy with yesterday's win. But um, all right, guys. All of you guys have different opinions. All I know is I'm very happy with where my team is right now, G-man. I am just so happy. I'm loving it. Justin, a big fins up to you and there's Surfer coming in this morning. Everything's looking nice here in Dolphin Land. All that matters is results on the field, unless you're college football and you don't get in if you have a perfect season and winning your big five. That's for a whole other story, but it's all good. But there's no committee in the NFL. You win, if you win what you have to do, you earn it. You get to the playoffs and you do your thing because you've earned it. There's no committee of some guys saying, well, I don't like your uniform color and I don't want this and that, and this school's not paying me money to get into the conference the playoffs, but that's a whole other thing. I'm not a college football show. I'm a Miami Dolphin fan show, and that's what I'm here to talk about. And it is great, man. It is great. The defense is moving up. Once again, Fangio has a top 10 defense. The man knows what he's doing. To imagine there was Dolphin fans. Every Dolphin fan in the world wanted him. I agree with that. Everyone. But then there were Dolphin fans few weeks after, like we lost him. Oh, Fangio's past his prime. The game has passed him by. He doesn't know anymore. And here we are, December 4th, 2023, and we got a top 10 defense, guys. It just takes time to install everything you got to do to get the players up and running, to get a Ramsey back. It's all that thing. I love it, man. The man is coach. We got a great defensive coordinator. We got Mike McDaniel doesn't even have to worry about overseeing he knows that Fangio is basically the head coach of the defense. He goes in there, probably sits in the meetings. He loves his edge rushers and all that. He always says it's always like his favorite position. So he goes and sits in the meeting, communicates with him. But if Fangio says we're going to do it this way, I'm sorry, Mike McDaniel's like, hey, you know what you're talking about. That's how we're going to do it. And I love it. McDaniel can really just concentrate on the offense. You see it starting to pound that rock a little bit more. Yes, we still want to throw on short yardage, it seems like. But when we do pound the rock, it's been a beautiful thing. And we can't say we don't pound the rock that much. Look how many rushing touchdowns our team has this year. And that's why if Tua gets robbed of some touchdowns that he could probably, if we were really stat padding guys, they would really just let Tua throw it. But, look how many touchdowns Achane has. He has 9 on the season, 7 rushing. And Moser has 14 rushing. So that's like 21 touchdowns that came through the ground. Those two guys alone. So it shows we're just a well-balanced team when we want to be a well-balanced team. And why show your whole arsenal when you're kicking the team's butt? You might as well just do what you're doing. All you can do is play the team on your schedule. And who's on our schedule this week is the Tennessee Titans. So don't worry about the narrative of like, whoa, Tennessee's down and whatever. And no, just go out there, treat them like they're like Tyreek Hills yesterday said when they asked him, even though he did say maybe a little disrespect, but he doesn't care. Like when they said, oh, do you find it like, disrespectful that guys cover you one-on-one? Because, man, they get paid money too. And that's how it is. These guys, they all get paid money. It's not like Tennessee's coming in here, with college kids only and amateurs playing a pro team. They get paid the big bucks too. They're coming in to beat us. If we beat them, you just beat a professional football team. And kudos to you. And the good thing about the Dolphins, they don't, outside of the Raiders game, they beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. They really just go out there and beat them. And I love it. They're playing well, doing what they're asked, and do it in an exciting brand of football, which makes it all good for all of us. Yeah. Let's see. Moser. Yeah, Mozart, 14 touchdowns on the ground. I know, it's crazy, right? Hey, hooked up Joe. I didn't think you'd be able to make it today. So big kudos for you coming in here. Yep, it does, man. It does. And then, of course, on the flip side, then we have a less day when we get ready for the Jets. But I'd rather have the less day getting ready for the Jets than like for the Ravens or something. So the schedule, or for Dallas. So the schedule makers did us a little favor on that one. So I do like how that fell. Yeah, the 49ers are just they just it's crazy. That is crazy. Yep. Mike White not passing on the final drive is awesome. I'm not that counting that 3-yard pass to Burrows. I thought that was a handoff. I know. That's what I said too to my son. I go, man, we ran the whole. He goes, well, that Burrows one was counted as a pass that. I go, oh yeah, you're right. But basically, so that's funny, Scotty. I said the same exact thing, but we just ran that ball right down there. Granted, it was just a Commanders team that was basically given up at that point. They had no will left in them. The Dolphins stomped out the will of those men, unfortunately, yesterday. But fortunately for us, but you could tell that was a defeated football team. They didn't care that the Dolphins were pounding it. They were probably already looking up and saying, "Oh, how much time's left?" He goes, "Can we go? Can we make? What can we do after the game, guys? Where are we meeting up?" Because the Dolphins had stomped out any will they had left in that game, and it was a beautiful thing to see. The Dolphins could have done anything yesterday against them, man. They would have beat them with Mike White probably yesterday, the whole game, man. Once, after, not the whole game, but after Tua got those early scores, they could have probably played Mike White the whole second half, and Commanders weren't coming back on us. We just put a good old fashioned beat down on them. Justin didn't see that. Justin, did you see the Niners? Says, hey, how did we do in Philly? Oh, wait. Come on, G-Man. It's 2 plays left in the field and Hill running. Don't worry. We have 0 to lose. Let's see. Oh, J-Man's. Yeah. Yesterday, yeah. Hey, yesterday, speaking of all that stuff on the when Dolphins win games, I watch and cheer on Dolphins. I'm finally enjoying a season since Marino or Ricky. I agree. That's why I'm all pumped up today, Jay. I'm just enjoying the ride, man. If the roller coaster ride ends in misery, at least I enjoyed it along the way. That's how I look at it. Why, be mad now? And just enjoy it while you're going. If the ride ends, it's just like a good movie. It's a great movie, and then you see the ending, and you're like, really? That great movie had that sucky ending? Hey, but it happens. You enjoy them up until the sucky ending. So I'm just enjoying each and every week because before we know it, guys, the NFL's season's over. It's poof and like that. And we're talking about the draft coming up in April. It just flies by. We're already in December, guys. It's just crazy, man. We can count on, basically the one hand now how many games we got left. It's just going quick. It's nutty, man. That's how football goes. It just flies by, man. It's almost done. Let's just enjoy it. That's how I look at it, G man. Just enjoy it, man. We got 9 wins. We got past that 8-3 hump we could never get past last year. If we win this next week against the Titans, which we should be able to beat the Titans on our home turf on Monday Night Football. We should win that game. We should get to 10 wins. Am I counting that Titan win that? No, because darn well the Dolphins aren't, and that's why we've beaten those teams because we don't look past them. I think it's a beautiful thing to beat who you're supposed to beat. We can only play who's on the schedule. And at the beginning of the season, it looked like because people thought the Chargers were going to be really, really good. And it just, it didn't turn out to be that way. People thought the Broncos were going to be really good from the start with their new coach now and getting them going. So, yes, it looked like some of those. Everyone, of course, thought Buffalo was going to be a lot better than what they have been. So, it's just, you can only play who's on your schedule. And we're doing a good job of doing that. So, I'd much rather be where we are right now than beat the Eagles and beat the Bills and beat the Chiefs, but lose 5 or 6 other games. Oh, yeah, but we beat the team that how many times the Dolphins have beat a team that gone on to beat the Super Bowl? Just look at our wins against New England. Who cares? we have the Miami Miracle. And okay, that was fun, but you know what? New England went on and won the Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, what would you rather have? A win against a good team or actually be the good team that goes on and win the big party? So hey, I'm happy to be the good team we are right now. That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah. Let's see. Where No, you were digging in the trenches. He does draft stuff all the time on his own time because the man works all the time. But on his own time, he loves doing NFL draft coverage. He wrote a lot of good stuff for my site, dolphinthirsty.com, last year. And everyone else had running back. He had HN way up there, higher rated than anyone else. So kudos, tip of the hat to you, Justin. I will always give you that. I think he was your number one back, in fact. And people are saying, you're crazy. Bashan Robinson and Jamar Gibbs are a million times better than him. And you said, well, size wise, maybe. But everything else, this kid's going to come at you. He's a hard runner. People don't look at him as a hard runner. They just think he's just a little guy that's fast. Justin said, this guy will not go down if you arm tackle him. He said that way back in his draft coverage. So a big kudos to you, Justin, on that front. Yes, that's how I'm doing, Dad Dean. I'm finally living the moment. Believe me, I'm in that same age group as you, Dad Dean, and all that area, probably. Too young to remember the Super Bowl winning years, old enough to remember the Super Bowl losing years. It's been way too long since we even had that feeling of like, oh, yeah, of course, we're the Miami Dolphins. Of course, we're going to make the playoffs. It's been way, way, way too long since we had that feeling. And this year, we finally had that feeling back. I don't care about the offseason. We're going to lose some people. Yes. But this season, let's go out there and just kick booty, guys. Let's just go enjoy the ride. It's been a lot of fun. I just love it. Like I say, it's a great show to watch. Sometimes great shows like Jerry Seinfeld has horrible endings, stupid show that is not a great ending to a otherwise classic show. Who cares? We enjoyed the ride up until that point. That's how I'm looking at as the Miami Dolphins. We are just having fun, man. If you just watch the way they play, the way they unite together, they're just having fun out there. The way they interact with the coach and the coach interacts. Let's just enjoy this. We don't have some grouchy guy standing up at the podium. Well, we don't. We got a guy. We got some personality on this team. Finally, we got Tua coming out of his shell. But the first couple years, he was afraid to do anything because he knew Brian Flores would beat him into a pulp if he said something that wasn't team friendly or whatever. And the confidence in this young man, it's oozing out and it's spreading around the team. Bringing in Jalen Ramsey was a thing of beauty. This man has championship DNA. Tyreek Hill has championship DNA. These guys are bringing that. What Tyreek Hill brings the offense, Ramsey is bringing the defense. These guys have championship DNA in their blood. They're just out there to win and win at all costs. And, no matter what, they want to win. If they're up by 30, they want to be up by 40. If they're up by 40, they want to be up by 50. That's the kind of guys I want on my football team. And I'm enjoying it. And, I'm loving every single moment of this season. I can't complain one bit. It's been way too long since we've seen us up in the top seedings. We got most years that we've snuck into the playoffs. It's like on the bubble, in the hunt. On the bubble, in the hunt. Right now, we're in control, guys. We're in control. And that's what we love. We're in control of our division. We're not in control of the first seed right now, but the season still got 5 more games. Let's go. Let's see what happens. You never know. We can do it. We'll see. Maybe Cincinnati does us a flavor tonight and gives a little taste of them shocking the Jaguars. It could happen. You never know. Is it likely? No, but you never know. Things worked out. The Packers knocked off the Chiefs yesterday. So that's why I never overlooked opponents, because people would say, "Oh, the Kansas City just beat the Green Bay Packers," but guess what? They didn't just beat the Green Bay Packers; they lost to the Green Bay Packers. So, do you want to be losing to teams that we're supposed to beat? No. And on a side note, Jordan Love is starting to look legit. That quarterback class is looking good, man. With Joe Burrow, yes, he's hurt right now, but Tua, if you want to throw Herbert in there, is fine, whatever, wherever you want to rank Herbert. And now Jordan Love, and then you got Jalen Hurts. That's like 5 quarterbacks that can get it done on the NFL level that's performing from that draft class. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Jason, fan since 94, never felt this good about a Dolphin team. Fins up. Yes, Jason. Well said. I'm just enjoying it. I've been a fan since the early 80s, late 70s, right at the end of the Bob Greasy, start of basically David Woodley and Wood Strock era. That's where I became, where I have all the memories up in the brain. And it's just great. Just reminds me before, like, just I almost have the feeling of 1984. Yes, that was another great season that ended poorly. We lost in the Super Bowl, but it was a great ride up until then. Memories that I would never forget. It's been fun, guys. It's been fun. Let's see. The fan police are out making sure we don't get our hopes up too high. They like to protect our fans like that. A little humor from Joe, who, like I said, I'm happy is in here. Let's see. What did G-Man say that you guys are? But really, no one knows about any team can make a playoff run. The 49ers could end up getting beat in their first playoff game. Green Bay Packers have been number 1 seed before and lost in their first playoff game. So no one can say for sure any team's going to make a playoff run. But is this team capable of making a playoff run? You most certainly bet they are capable of making a playoff run. They're coming together offensively and defensively. I like the coaching staff. It blends perfectly with this young man we have at quarterback. We got veteran leadership at the top with Vic Fangio, with Ramsey, and out there, Wilkins out there balling, Van Ginkel out there balling. We are starting to come together. You can knock down our opponents all you want, but at the end of the day, they're getting paid to beat us too. So, yes, Van Ginkel, he was like so close to having a block punt to go on top of his pick 6. He came so close. I almost don't know how he missed the ball. He was that close to blocking that punt. It was crazy, man. He just went out there. He didn't get credit for that 1 sack because Howe broke his tackle, but then some other guys cleaned it up for him. We only ended up with 3 sacks yesterday, but man, Sam Howe, for one, that Sam Howe kid can ball. He has a spot in this league. That kid, I know some new coach will probably come in and replace him because they always want to bring in their own quarterback. But that kid can ball out there, man. He has guys running right into him, bam, and he throws that pass and he runs. He can break tackles. That kid can play. I was impressed with what I saw. He's on a crappy team, but that kid can play some ball out there. So, yeah, if he was wearing gloves, he would have. It was hooked up, Joe. That's why I said, wouldn't it have been a beautiful? I mean, he may have been a player of the week for the whole AFC if he blocks that punt to go along with a pick 6, and he gets that. If he would have got that sack, block, punt, and pick 6, he could have been up there. That was great, though, man. Oh, he was so close to that block punt. To me, as much as Phillips' injury sucked, and like every human, it was sad watching the injury, knowing it was coming, and then you watch that Hard Knocks. But in the back of my mind, I knew that Van Ginkel and Ogball, they're capable there. And now we even got JPP waiting in the rings. And he was dressed yesterday. He didn't really, but he was dressed, ready to play. Tua was out there talking to him at one point. And it's fun that this team is just, I really see it as them coming together. I'm not ever going to tell anyone how to fan. You can be a fan however you want. I'm just happen to choose. I'm enjoying the ride. But I'm a realist. I know things can go as quickly as they're going right. Things can turn the wrong way and start going downhill. But why worry about that? Just enjoy it as it's coming. We don't worry about that other part if and when it happens. Let's just enjoy it. It's fun to watch football, man. I mean, I'm telling you, football season to be over in a blink of an eye. So let's just enjoy what we're seeing out there, guys. Seeing this team come together and playing like this and bringing in an exciting brand of football like it's 1984 all over again, man. Chucking the ball around, and this team's even a little more balanced. Like if Dan Marino would have had Moser and Chan in his backfield, forget it. Screw it. No team would have beat us. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I mean, that would be insane if we could have done. And if you had if the Dolphins defense of this year was on that 1984 Dolphins, and we had the running backs on that 19, forget about it, guys. We would be that team talking about that dynasty of the 80s instead of hearing about the 49ers and stuff. So that's just reality. It's just this team is coming together. Yes, we got a monkey on our back that says we haven't beaten a good team yet. Okay. But we have control of that narrative. We can knock that monkey off our back. We can beat Dallas. We can beat the Ravens, and we can beat Buffalo. The thing is, though, it's like a no-win with Buffalo at this point, because if we do beat Buffalo, people are going to say, "Wow, Buffalo's that good this year, Sonny." But so it's just like you can't win sometimes. If you lose your Buffalo, it's like, oh, you can't beat Buffalo. Oh, they're way better than you. But if you beat them, they're going to say, well, Buffalo wasn't good this year anyway. So it's just, to me, let's just enjoy each win. And I would never tell anything. That's why G-Man and I, we're all going to be tight, G-Man, because like I said, you were also one of the first ones to join my team here at Dolphin Thirsty, and I appreciate it. But I just take a different path. I'm just enjoying the winning. I'm loving the winning. I'm loving the exciting brand of football that Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Waddle. And yes, I need to touch on one thing. Waddle can't be dropping balls like that. Just today, you got away with it because you played a great game. But Tua had done such a great play. It would have been a highlight play. Tua maneuvering out there. Everyone says, oh, he can't go off script. He can't get away. He scrambles out, finds Waddle, hits Waddle in the hand. No one around Waddle, and I think that's why he dropped it, because he's already thinking, oh, my God, I'm going to catch this, and I'm going to turn upfield, and I'm going to get so many yards. And he dropped the ball. What can you do? He looked up. He knew he screwed up. I'm not going to pick on Waddle. He knew he screwed up. We all know he screwed up. Everyone's going to drop a ball. But, man, that ball, just think of how many more yards. Tua's probably over 300 yards if Waddle catches that ball. So, because he's going to turn upfield and go, and it didn't happen. Yeah. Cody, man, some of you guys sneak into my house, and I don't know. Cody, a big fins up to you. The big plays get you jumping out of your seat, and that's a fact. Yes, they do, Cody. It is a fact. I'm assuming you're saying Julian Hill, because when I see Hill with the Dolphins, of course, I think Tyreek Hill. But yes, Julian Hill had a couple nice catches yesterday. Almost had it. He was getting close. I think he might get a touchdown down there at the goal line. So, yes, he is getting some stuff there. Of course. Waddle is overrated. Come on, G-Man. He had a drop ball. A lot of good receivers have drop balls because he got targeted more actually than Tyreek did yesterday. Hey, Dolphin Don, big fins up to you. Happy to see you. Guys, if you haven't done so already, give me a fins up, thumbs up, please. I appreciate it, which means liking this video. It helps people discover me. I'm so close to that 500 mark. I can smell it. Let's see. But no worries, Jason. I knew who you meant. I'm just teasing you because obviously, I think that Hill guy has some potential. I'd be like, no, duh. I think he does too, and I think he's kind of fast. So, of course, I do. You were talking about Julian Hill, so no trouble on that end. Yeah, Hurts should be a good pickup. We will see. Hurts, I probably screwed up his name. See, I didn't. Yeah. Hurts sees T. Hill as tight end and receiver 1 through 3. Both. Yeah. He plays all positions. Hey. Yes, it is a double header on Monday Night Football next week. That's why I said we're not even the main game. Hey, I'm surprised they didn't flex it up because Tennessee's not that great this year. But Tennessee does play physical football. So it may be not as easy as this past victory, but I do see us because they played the Colts yesterday, and that game went into overtime, I think, or very close to it, and the Colts came out on top. But oh man, that punter on Tennessee, boy, he took a hit. But so I mean, they're a good ball club, but they just don't have the record to verify it. But they're not going to come in here and lay down. It's going to be a tougher game than we had yesterday, but we've been good at home. I hope that home magic keeps on cooking, and we should be fine. Titans have a small and fast back Spears. There you go. That is true. Let's see. Bro, stop worrying about what we don't have to worry about. We have to use it. Bro, don't stop worrying about we have. I mean, stop worrying. I read wrong. Stop worrying about what we don't have. Worry about how to use what we have. I like that. That's good. That is good. All I know is December, Miami sitting on top of the division, number one seed in the AFC. Soak that in for a minute. Well said, Jason. That's how I'm looking at it this year. I'm finally done being the guy that just went. Because like I say, I'm a diehard fan through and through. I've been through, Shula, of course, was great. But then we've all been through all the 50,000 coaches since him, 50,000 quarterbacks since, of course, I add a few just for YouTube's sake. But what seems like 50,000 quarterbacks since Dan Marino, 10,000 general managers, even a couple owner changes along the way. And the one result is that we still don't win a playoff game. So I am fed up with the worrying about what's going to come next. I'm enjoying just going along. Why not? Because like I say, we're already December. Before we know it, guys, the season's over. And if you're worried about, oh yeah, but they're not beating anyone, then why are we even watching? You might as well go fishing, go bowling, go play golf, do whatever you love on Sundays. Spend time with the family, not even worry about it. And that's fine. But, just enjoy this game. This team is enjoyable to watch. I mean, they're just an enjoyable team to watch. The way that their brand of football over the years of watching this team where you're like, please just get a first down, get a first down. Okay, we got a first down. Let's get another first down. Now it's like, let's get another touchdown. Let's get another touchdown. So I don't know how you can't be enjoying watching after years of just struggling so much on the offensive side of the football to actually have an offense that we all said we wanted. This is what we wanted. This is when we hired Joel Philbin because we wanted the Green Bay Packers type offense. Never mind that we can't bring Aaron Rodgers in his prime with us, but that's what we wanted. We're finally getting what we wanted, and we still got fans that aren't happy with it. That's the only thing that I don't understand. I just don't get it because this is what we wanted. We wanted an exciting brand of football. We wanted to be like the greatest show on turf and like the 84 Dolphins is always my heart in the passing attack. But it's just, we always wanted the 49ers and this and that. We wanted that style of offense where we're giving it to you guys. And then we got people that aren't happy. I think most people are happy. And deep down, I think G-Man's happy. I think he just worried that we're going to blow it in the playoffs. But who cares at this point? Let's enjoy the beauty that we're getting to see, which is NFL football, and to be gone before we know it. Guys, just enjoy the ride and have fun. Yes. No, he is getting there, man. He is getting close to breaking his single season record of rushing touchdowns. Ricky Williams stands at 16 rushing touchdowns. Bulger has 14. He's already tied the overall with him. I mean, overall, he is 2 behind 2. But so we're getting very close because Mark Clayton, like I said, to top the show, guys, Mark Clayton has 18 season touchdowns. Is a top in Dolphins history. It came back in 1984. They were all receiving, but that's also our overall touchdown record. Moser is probably going to beat all of those records this year. It's a beautiful thing because it means we're winning. I'm with Justin on that. I'm not totally a stat geek unless it's counting W's or it's counting touchdowns that lead to those W's. Yards, like I said, I don't care if Tyreek gets 2,000 yards. I really don't. If he does, If that gets us to the victories I want, the AFC East title I want, and playoff victories, hell, he can have 10,000 yards, or he could not have another 100-yard game the rest of the season, but we keep on winning. I don't care, because all that matters at the end of the season is that we get W's. Would it be nice to see some of these records? Would it be great to say we had the first receiver get over 2,000 yards? Most certainly it'd be fun to say that, but I don't want that to come at the cost of us of spreading the ball around and running the ball and winning football games. But if it happens to be broken along the way, more power to us. I would say. I cannot wait until the last 3 weeks. So fed up with people telling me that the Dolphins can't beat a. Hey, thank you, Master Sergeant. I agree. I want us to get that monkey off our back. I mean, if it has to come in the playoffs, it'd still be a monkey off our back. I get it. I get the fear narrative, but we can only control of what's happened up to this point. We're playing good football, and I love it every second of it. And no one's saying, I don't think anyone's saying that Mozart would ever be a Ricky Williams, but he is going to probably break his touchdown record. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing him to, and of course, I'm not, who's going to compare him to Jim Brown? But let's see, it's all about being consistent when you put in on. That's why Dolphins need to run the ball. Yeah, I do agree. And they did a good job of running the ball yesterday. Yes, it's against a bad Commanders team. But this week coming up, I haven't looked. Tomorrow, Wednesday is when I normally start looking ahead to the other team's stats. And so tomorrow, Wednesday, I would know all their rankings, where the Titans ranked on rush defense and passing offense and all that kind of stuff. But all I know is that they're next up on the docket. We got to win. Keep doing what we're doing. Keep beating the teams that we're supposed to beat. And why do I always do that? Because to me, there's no such thing in the NFL about teams you're supposed to beat. There's teams that, yeah, you might be better, but this is the NFL, guys. You take a little nap, you're going to get pounded in the mouth. You're going to lose a game that you were supposed to win. So I don't care what the Vegas point spread says. I don't care about this. You go out there, you take care of business each and every week. That's all you can do. Whether that's against a team that's won 2 games or a team that's won 10 games, you do your game plan to win that week and see what the outcome is. That's all you can do. You can't play Baltimore when you're playing the Titans, because if you're already looking ahead to, we only got the Titans and the Jets, but man, then we got Dallas. If you start looking ahead to Dallas, guess what? The Titans are going to run right up your butt. I'm sorry. That's how the NFL works. Just take care of week to week. That's why it's a cliche, because it's true. Take it game by game, because if you don't take it by game, you're going to be feeling ashamed. So that's all I know. Hey, Aqua Vision, a big fins up to you. Yes, Mark Clayton. I don't know what you're reference to, Mark Clayton, but he is the overall touchdown. I don't know if someone said something about Mark Clayton, but hey, Mark Clayton is obviously awesome. I wonder if you're going to even see Chase Claypool at all this year. Are they saving him in the wings, or they just don't really have a use for him? I know he injured his knee and was out for a little bit, but he'd be curious to see, because we haven't really done much. We signed him and we haven't done anything with him. I think he has the one nice catch against the Patriots. And that was it. Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. He took the yardage record. He hasn't gotten the touchdown record yet, but he took the yardage record. And he's getting a lot of touchdowns too. It's crazy. Let's see. Up until they beat our player. I want to see. I get caught up in your guys' chat sometimes, guys. You guys have good stuff going on in here. Our players are for sure focused one game at a time. As fans, no need to do so. Yes, as fans, we can look ahead. That's why I already know. I already know who we're playing, and I know how many games. We only have to go on the road one more time. That's all I know. and that's a great thing. All the Dolphins need to worry about is beating the Titans this week. That's it. We can say, oh man, if we beat the Titans and Buffalo loses this game, we could beat the Jets and maybe wrap up the AFC East, because you could look into all that because you start doing the magic number count there. So that would be a lot of fun. But right now, the Dolphins just have to worry about doing one thing, and that's going out there and lay the smackdown on the Tennessee Titans on Monday night. I hope we have a great performance on Monday night. And like we did yesterday, kind of let the nation wake up. Of course, the nation was probably still saying, well, they're just playing the Titans. But show, because every time we've been on prime time, we haven't done as well this year. So at least go out there and show you can beat down a team on prime time and have that big offensive performance. Let the league take notice around the world. All I know is that the Miami Dolphins are Miami Dolphins. As I see what time it is, and it's time for me to wrap up this beautiful show. I'm having so fun with all you teammates in here today talking. I just know we're sitting on top of the AFC East with a 3-game lead as December 4th. December 4th, we got a 3-game lead. It's a beautiful thing. Let's just keep that lead, keep winning, keep putting the pressure on Buffalo. Who cares what happens to the Buffalo Kansas City game this week? It doesn't really matter because either way, to me, I'm with Dad Dean on that front. We kind of come out ahead. If Buffalo wins, then the AFC, we have a better chance to have a higher seed. If Buffalo loses, we are that much closer to clinching up the AFC East, which is another beautiful thing. So let's just go. Let's just worry about beating the Titans this week, guys. But let's enjoy a little victory Monday. Joe, I know you don't like this song.
Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins.
There you go, Joe. Just for you, Joe. I know you said Miss Fins does a better version of it. That's what I say, guys. This song actually has a little meaning this year. A little closer to being number one, at least in our division. I know some guys would say we're not Super Bowl ready. I love the song just like it better. Hey, I've never heard her sing it. I need to hear her sing it. I'm in her room a lot, and I hear a lot of her noise, like boom, and all of that good stuff. That's why I don't even try to do it because I have no tune whatsoever. That'd be one way. If I started singing, everyone would be out of this room within 30 seconds, man. So I will never attempt to sing a song. The only song I want to sing, I will sing the song if the Miami Dolphins win the Super Bowl this year. I will sing my song in the best attempt I can on this channel. That's what I would do. That's it. That's it. That's what I say. We control our own destiny. Definitely in the AFC East. Technically, Jacksonville is in control right now of their own destiny as the number one seed, but things are going to work out. They still got the Ravens on their schedule too. So things are going to work out. Let's just go out there. And if this team keeps on improving like they have been, we played basically a penalty. What, did we have like 3 penalties on us yesterday? Yesterday was that game, the referees did not interfere with that game. There wasn't a lot of penalties on them, wasn't a lot of penalties on us. We avoided the turnover mess that we've done the past few weeks, eliminated those yesterday. Tua was safe with the football. Our runners were safe with the football. We didn't have any stupid turnovers yesterday. So that's a step in the right direction. That's another recipe for winning. Do not turn the football over. And we did not. At one point, he ended up not having a perfect quarterback rating, but it was like 140 something or whatever. But at one point in the game, he had a perfect quarterback rating yesterday. So he was on point. And if Waddle doesn't drop that one ball, his numbers are even better. But that's football. Things are going to happen. It happens. The good thing is we did not turn the ball over. Jason Sanders is starting to hit his field goals that he needs to hit. Our offense is starting to get back in a little bit of a groove. our defense is really gelling together, guys. They're really gelling together. They've only given up a couple of touchdowns in each of the past few games. We are playing a winning brand of football. Our coverage teams has improved. Everything is starting to come together. Just enjoy this ride all the way to the end. I would never tell anyone how to be a fan because I'm a roller coaster of emotion at times too. Because I know how it is. I understand it. It's something that's so much outside of our control, and I think that's what frustrates most fans because most of the things that we have a big passion for, we control. Like our family, we can go out there and earn money for our family, for whatever you have to do. But when it comes to rooting for the Dolphins, it's just totally outside of control. And that's what's entertaining about it, guys. You just give yourself to the team and you just hope they love you back like you love them. And 99% of the time, they don't return that love. But this year, they're giving us a great brand of football, man. They just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride, G man, please. That's all I ask. Don't worry about who we're beating. Don't worry about who we're losing to. Just say, guys, just enjoy the ride. It's a fun team to watch. If you're not having fun watching this team, I don't know what more I can do for you. It's just fun, guys. It's a fun brand of football. Don't you just remember a couple of years ago, G-Man, where we could barely get a first down? I just don't get it. You'd be happy if you score. Oh, we scored 17 points. I mean, come on. This is a great brand of football, guys. We've put up 30s, 70s, 40s on a regular basis this year. It's so much fun to watch. I don't care if it's a bad team they're playing. We played many a bad team when we were bad and barely scored. I don't get it. Just enjoy it. It's fun. It's a great thing to behold. I don't know. That's just me. But like I said, I don't tell anyone how to fan because I feel the pain when they do bad too. But in a year that they're doing well, let's just enjoy it. It's how I'm enjoying the ride all the way. If the ride ends bad, we'll all be miserable together at the end of the great ride. But at least along the way, boys, we've seen it. And ladies, if you're in here, it's a great thing to behold. Let's just keep the Dolphins and the Fins up. And I'm going to close this out. Yes, the defense is just getting started. Boom. Hey, Newfoundland. If I didn't give you a big hello, I'm sorry. I did not see you sneak into the house that I call Dolphins Thirsty. A big fins up to you. Always a pleasure to see you in here, sir. I love it. So, let's see. Tua saved a lot of bad snaps. I count when I review all 22, but we constantly point out fumbles. Gotta point out saves. There you go, man. I agree. That's a good point, man. You got to do that too. And yesterday was a beautiful thing on that front as far as not turning the rock over. We will see. At the end of the day, we sit atop the AFC East, guys. That was my goal as a fan. I said, Justin asked me, what's your goal? I would say, I want the Dolphins to win the AFC East because that guarantees one thing. It guarantees at least one home playoff game. It guarantees that. And if you win that one game, you can get on a roll because let's face it, if you're an AFC wild card and you're barely back into the playoffs, and then you have to go on the road in 3 straight playoff games, that's a big ask. But the more you get in the friendly confines of Hard Rock, you're getting a lot closer to that goal we all want. Just saying, as I like to say, just saying. And I'm enjoying the ride, guys. Love it. Love the chat in here. You guys all rock. And life is great because you guys are great. You guys make this all so much fun. So close to 500. If you happen to know anyone, even a person that never even comes on to YouTube and you just sneak onto their account and hit subscribe to mine so I can hit the big 500, it would be awesome, blossom. What can I say? It's so close. We're smelling it soon. Let me see any final comments. Bye, Scotty. Bye, G-Man. Bye, Newfoundland. Bye, Dad Dean. Moya, Hooked Up Joe, Justin. All you guys. Man, I shouldn't even named all the names. Right now I feel like I got to make sure everyone I get in there. Newfoundland, Hooked Up Joe. All you guys rock. It's been Raphael Courtwright. I'm going back, making sure I'm not missing anyone. Jason, Master Sergeant, Aquavision. All you guys rock. Man, I that was a great day, man. You guys came in here with big numbers for my show. That's big numbers. I love it. You guys love it. That's it, man. I'm out of here. It's taking me a minute because I can't find my silly closeout video. Oh, no wonder, because I went down to the Dolphin song I put on there. That's why my videos are gone. Here we go. Dolphins #1, baby. Let's go.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won, for all things Miami.